I've got my lacy part of the banner dry brushed with white, and just we're going to do a couple little more things to it to give it some added dimension. The first thing will be to side load around some of these, or around all of these little cutouts, and we're going to do that with raw sienna and I'm using just a 1/4 inch angle brush, and I'm going to come along and float along the right edge of each of the openings. And actually, I think I'm going to switch around. I was floating with the paint towards the opening, but I think it would look better, a little neater if we had the paint away from the opening, so it faded back in. So I'm going to reverse all of these just to as we go along. That should give all these little cutouts a sort of an appearance of being beveled. So that gives a little bit more of a dimensional appearance to that. Then I'm just going to do a little bit of outlining at the top edge and put some stitching. And again, we're going to use our black mix of burnt umber and phthalo blue. And I'm just going to quickly line around the top of this. And if you want to, you can add some little stitch lines. I'm going to lighten that up a little bit. Let's go to more, putting a little bit of the raw sienna with that, just to tone it down, and then just come along and do little short, like 1/8 to 1/16 inch strokes, following the contour. So it looks like this little overlay is stitched on. We'll just do a little bit more line work around these openings. And I'm using the same color that I did the stitching in, the black mix with a little bit of raw sienna mixed into it to make it a lighter, kind of a golden gray color. And if you wanted to, you could also add stitch strokes all the way around the edge of this banner. Just depends on how much detail work you want to do. We could come along and just continue the stitch lines around the whole bottom edge. Now the last thing that we're going to do, and this is optional. I mean, our banner's pretty much done. If you want to put a wire hanger at the top, you can, or there is a little ribbon banner that goes with it. We're going to go off and base it with the color that we used on our bow so they coordinate. So base the, if you've got a ribbon banner, base it with the spring green mix, and we'll come back and do a little bit of shading and highlighting on it and stencil some lettering. Okay, the banner is based with our green color that's going to blend in with our ribbon. And you can see this banner's cut to fit the top of this lacy sign. And you could paint it any color that you want. I chose the green to match the ribbon, but you could also paint it in a color that matched your lace at the bottom. Or if you wanted it to be blue, just any color that coordinates with this would work. But, for the moment I chose green. And to make it look more like a ribbon, we're going to do a little bit of shading on it. I am good at losing paintbrushes. Let's see. Oh, there it is. In my water. So I'm using the 1/2" angle, and we're going to shade it with our green, the dark green. So I'm going to side load my angle brush with the phthalo green yellow, and then I'll have these drawings in your pattern, but we want this to look like a ribbon that is folding back on itself. So I'll draw these little curves in on the sides. So you can see where we're going. So we're going to come down out here, where the ribbon's folding back under, and we're going to come and float down that edge with the paint towards facing towards the center of the ribbon. And then repeat that on the opposite side. And you can